This video review is being brought to you by PrimeToys.net. PrimeToys.net, where you can get your collector grade toys, but not the collector grade prices. PrimeToys.net. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, it's your friend Dynamite here once again for another video review for you. And as you can see, we're going to look at Transformers Combiner Wars Legends Class Groove. Groove is the smallest member of this wave of the Protectobots from the Combiner Wars. Sadly, he's been basically demoted. If you know their G1 backstory, he was actually one of the main members of the Protectobots. He was actually the right leg also of the Protectobots in the Defensor mode. Which, sadly, it is understandable that them downgrading him basically because of him being a motorcycle and then basically mass shifting into a huge part for a leg is kind of, I can kind of understand that, but I do kind of miss the fact that he was the leg and he's been downgraded to a Legends class to be basically when he combines the Defensor now, he's basically a chest piece or chest armor. One good way to makes me remember on this, if you watch the old Voltron cartoons, the vehicle Voltron, there was a little fighter after they were all combined. There was a little fighter jet that would basically fly down and basically be part of the chest piece, or chest cover, or whatever chest grade, whatever armor, chest part of the robot, which wasn't too bad. Actually, I remember growing up and thinking that was pretty cool how they'd all combine, and then the one Arrowhead ship would land on the top, and then he'd come in or she, I think it was a female pilot that flew that, would fly in and be like the chest guard for it. But let's get off of Voltron and talk back to Transformers. Groove, this little guy, came with one other little item with him, which was his little collector's card, which is still pretty cool. It's a very nice image of him in this, basically in this body. So it is pretty cool looking, very nice artwork on it. As of all these, I really like the art on these cards, because it's off the Transformers Legends game, and it just looks pretty cool. Great. I don't know. I wish I could find who done all this art. I still haven't been able to find that out, but it's still nice. Great for any collection. But let's get into looking at Groove. Groove only has just a little bit of a transformation. I mean, he's very, very simple. His look and paint scheme is very, very, very cool. I mean, he has his gold paint up here for basically the wind visor or windshield for the motorcycle. You, of course, have all the black for the seats, the handlebars, the wheels, and that. You got the silver here. You got basically the metal, silver and metal, basically type of paint job. You got that basically for kind of like I guess this would be like where the engine block is at for them. On both sides, you have the little bit of red, and you got the very nice Autobot insignia within basically the police shield or the police star, which is very cool. Very nice looking there. Very nice detail work here on the back. As you can see like he's got some booster engines basically for him. It's all very cool. Very nice detail. I love the seat is very well done. Considering all this splits apart for transformation, it still looks pretty cool. But real quick, we're just going to transform him, which is very, very simple. Well, when I'm in transforming him, one thing I'm going to show it once I get to it that I have is the one little tidbit I have a problem with. Transform him is very simple, as I said. You can start off by basically pulling right here, which pulls all this section out. And of course, these are going to become his arms. Do the same on this side as well. And you then will fold, starting from here, because it is on a hinge joint right here. You'll I'll flip it over to the bottom so you can see it. You'll flip this section down and basically into position like so. You'll straighten it out, these are of course going to become his legs. You will then simply pull this apart, which is real easy. Nothing to it. This is where the only problem I have with it is the way these wheels are. You can see how you got the pegs and the peg holes for them. The only problem I have is when you're transforming him, you have to, of course, when you're going back to vehicle mode, that is, you have to try to line it up just right. If you don't have the wheels just lined up just perfectly, it does take a little getting used to. Might spin it a little bit just to get it lined up correctly. I kind of wish it didn't have as many teeth or whatnot on it just to keep it from doing that, but it's still not too shabby. I mean, it's not difficult really at all. You just have to play with it a little bit just to get used to about where it's supposed to be to line it up. As you can see, just have to like take your time and spin the wheel around to just get it to line up just right. But they're basically, the teeth or the peg, excuse me, are supposed to like just fix in just right, just to get it to do it. But we'll get on to that. Again, just you pull these apart. You'll then grab right here where the seat basically is, and you'll fold these back on both sides, which basically become his feet and ankles. You'll stand them up, slide them back a little bit, or actually probably bring them closer. You can then, these double hinge here, right here, you basically take it and you fold this up and in to that position here. You'll straighten out that for his arms. Do the same on this side. Then you have his arms there, and then all you gotta do is just basically this little wind shield here just slides down over his chest, and there he is. Here's Groove in his robot mode. Not bad for his transformation. Being a Legends class, you know, it's very, very simple. Nothing too tough at all to do it. I do like his head sculpt. He has a very nice little head sculpt there. He also, as you can see here, he has a small Autobot insignia right there, which is kind of not really hard to see, but it's there. I mean, it's tiny. Of course, being a Legends class, it's going to be small. Articulation wise for him, he has ball joints, of course, here on the elbows and in his shoulder, which allow him to raise, spin his arm around, though it is kind of hindered with the handlebar, you know, area back here, so he can't really swivel it all the way around. He can swivel, of course, his elbow around all the way as well, but it will be hindered. Depending on how you do it, it can be hindered as well with the arm. As you can see how it likes to twist around on you with that ball joint. Let's get his arm twisted back around. He does have no waist articulation. You can't rotate it at all. He does have he does have no head he does have just a little bit of head articulation there. Not much. I mean, it's kind of, this back section here, or is kind of, our front fender basically for it, does kind of hinder the head a bunch. He can just barely turn his head just a little bit, not much at all. Going in the hips, he has the ball joint, of course, for there to give him that swivel. He also has the hinge right there above the, or excuse me, right below the ball joint. Turn that around, and he does have the knee articulation there as well. He doesn't really have any ankle tilt at all because of the way the transformation is. But if you really want to, you can always kind of situate it out somehow. If you like to have him stepping up on something, you can kind of situate that in a way. The only problem I have with his vehicle mode, or excuse me, his robot mode, are the seats right here. I kind of wish they could have put a little hinge or something here where they could have either like folded back, but if they folded back, they would have gotten in the way here, or even folded forward where they could cover up the wheel just a little bit. You know, that probably wouldn't hurt it at all to do that. But for being a Legends class, it ain't gonna have that whole lot of detail work done to them, or at least transformation done to them. Still would have been nice to have that where these could have flipped down, cover up them wheels just a little bit for his robot mode. I'm not going to do his transformation into his armor or, you know, chest plate until I do the Defensor review, because it's a little bit easier to do it that way on that, and it's one of my next upcoming reviews. Within 2 reviews, it's going to be up. So look for it real soon. This is a nice little back view. He does have a little bit of, you know, detail back here. You know how all these open spaces, but that's still not too bad. I mean, it's a Legends class. You can't expect a ton out of it. But for the money, I do recommend getting Groove. I mean, he is a nice little bot. Pretty cool little figure. Oh, his hands, before I forget to mention this, his hands are big enough where you can actually hold one of the other bot's weapons if you wanted to. If you bear with me, I'll grab one of them. Sorry about that. I should have had this more closer to me. I actually grabbed Streetwise's shotgun cannon weapon. He can actually hold them fairly well. So you can, say Streetwise went down and Gru can pick up his gun, return fire if you wanted to. So it's still pretty neat that you can do that. But that gives you something. If you have an extra little weapon or something, a 5mm that you want to give to Groove, you can. But still, there you go. But that's going to be it for this video review, guys. As always, please check out PrimeToys.net. I mean, you can go in there and you can pick up Groove. You can even use the Transmissions code from the Transmissions podcast, Transmissions September, and get 10% off your order. Check out the podcast as well. I'll have a link as always to their podcast where you can listen to them. They talk all things Transformers, from comics to toys to pop culture, which they're a great group of guys to listen to. And lastly, guys, please like, comment, and share this video. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Also, if you want to email me or tweet me or follow me on Instagram, I'll have links to all those pages below. So please just check them out and let me know. And this is Donbot saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.